I only have one slide of this, so make sure that you review it today. So which gland is located posterior to your thyroid? Parathyroid gland. Okay, we didn't spend much time on it, but this is the parathyroid gland. No, it's not ants.
Okay, those white stuff is muscles, fibers.
Huh?
A
Those
lot
are
of
all
white
cells.
cells, right?
But what you can see is that there's different compartments. Okay? There's different compartments. Alright? So why would I show you a picture of an organ that has different compartments if I had not gone over that? Okay, so if I went over a specific organ that had these different layers that I wanted you to remember, then this is the kind of picture I would show you. Okay, so I'm not going to show you a high magnification of this particular organ because you would not be able to identify it. So the purpose of this is to show you the different regions. This is the adrenal gland. Okay, so make sure you go over the adrenal gland. That's another challenging one. It's part of the endocrine system that we went over early on. So here I have a picture showing you two different areas of a specific organ. Okay, so if I show you something like this, I'm putting it up for comparison. It means I went over, I don't show you anything I don't go over. I went over both. Okay, so where have I gone over two different structures like that?
Anterior.
Posterior.
The pituitary. Okay, anterior, posterior pituitary gland. Okay, so also called the epiphysis. I think I put it up there. Okay, so the slide might not say pituitary, but that's what it is. Right, so make sure you go over that. This one should be easy. Pancreas. Okay, this should be an easy one because we've had it in two different systems. It's easily recognizable by the, what is this called? It's pancreatic system. Okay. Which systems does it belong to? Digestive and endocrine. What's the function of it? In the endocrine system, what does it do?
Regulates the blood glucose level.
And hormone.
By secreting? Glucagon. Which cells secrete insulin? Beta cells. Okay. What's its function in the digestive system? Pancreatic juice, okay, for digestion. This is another challenging one. That's the thymus. Okay, thymus, part of the endocrine system, and also I put it up there for the lymphatic. What happens in the thymus in the lymphatic system? Maturation of T lymphocytes. That's its function. Tissue, blood. Okay, now you need to go back to the blood and identify the different types of leukocytes that we talked about. Okay, what's this here? Platelets. Do not give me red blood cells. Okay, erythrocytes, and these are all
Leukocytes.
leukocytes. What are these two? What? Lymphocytes. Okay, look at the size difference. What's this? Monocyte. Monocytes are a lot bigger than the lymphocytes. What's this? Eosinophil?
Granulocyte.
Basophil? Lymphocyte. Look at the size. Cardiac muscle. Okay? We just have one arm muscle. That's all you need to know for the muscle. Okay, so which one? So what, if you see something like this, what am I trying to ask you here? Artery versus vein. Which one's your artery and which one's your vein?
Your artery is the one with full muscle.
Vein is one flat.
What's this?
That's your vein. That's an artery.
Artery.
Oh, I know.
Lymph node. Okay. So where do you have your lymphatic nodules within the lymph node? Cortex or medulla? Cortex. Okay, so this would be the cortex of the lymph node. This would be the medulla.
Let's see.
Spleen. Okay, again, you guys had a lot of trouble with the spleen, so make sure you review that. Yes. palatine tonsil. Okay. Trachea. Okay. How do you know it's a trachea? The cartilage and what else? The cilia. Is that cilia or microvilla?
Cilia.
Alveoli.
What's the organ?
Lungs.
What's the function?
Exchange of carbon dioxide.
CO and O2 exchange.
What's this here? This here.
Is that the other side?
Alveolar sac. Okay, these are bronchioles. We don't know what type because it's low magnification. If I were to go into high magnification and you can see the epithelium, then you can identify what type of bronchiole it is. So you know you're in a tube, and you just have to figure out what tube it is. You look, yeah. First, look at the epithelium. What epithelium is this? Transitional. Where do you find transitional epithelium?
And the bladder, urinary bladder.
Your bladder. What else?
The uterus and the urethra.
Ureter and urethra. So those are your three options. So what is it? It's not your bladder. Your bladder's never going to look like this.
I don't know.
Right? Because it's not a tube. Right? Your urethra, I don't think we had a slide on urethra. Did we?
I thought one had like the U shape and the one was the X shape.
I think we might have had a slide on urethra. But it's not your urethra. This is your ureter because of the thickness of this epithelium. Okay, you need a lot more force in the ureter to push that urine down into the urinary bladder. Okay, so that's your ureter. So what kind of epithelium do you see here? No. It's not stratified squamous. It's still your transitional.
It's still transitional.
Still transitional epithelium. Alright, so where would you find it? We just talked about the three places where we would find it. But where would you see a cross section like this where you don't see an entire tube? Bladder. Okay. The bladder, you're always going to look at it. You're going to have an empty surface, and then you're going to have your epithelium. It's never going to look like the ureter.
It's too big.
All right.
Kidney.
Kidney. Are you in the cortex or the medulla? Cortex. How do you know you're in the cortex? Granular. So this is, what structure is this? This is the capsule, this is the space. Okay, make sure you know what I'm pointing at exactly. If you're doubting it, you need to come ask me, okay? If there's something that you're not sure is pointing to the correct region. All right,
Tubules.
what is it?
Is it the collecting tubules?
Okay, so what organ first?
The kidney.
Kidney. What system?
The
Medulla.
What system? Make sure you're also answering the question I'm asking you. So I asked you for the organ. You told me it's kidney. What system does it belong to? What body system? Urinary system. What's the function of this organ? Filtration of what? Of the what?
blood.
Blood. Make sure you tell me what kind of filtration. Okay, filtration of blood. Is this the cortex or the medulla? Medulla, because you don't see any glomerulus. Okay. This is not something that I have here a slide of, but we talked about it in the lecture. Okay, so let's talk about it. So here, there's a change here, right? In the epithelium. Do you see that change in epithelium? You're going from what kind of epithelium is this? Stratified, squamous. You're going to a simple columnar. Okay, where does that happen? You go from a stratified squamous. Where do you have the stratified squamous first of all?
Yeah.
Esophagus and your